Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about how to change the DNS server in your mobile phone. But before that, we need to know two things. What is DNS server and why do we need to change the DNS server? So DNS server is nothing but just like your phone book. You are using your phone book to store the contact name and contact number because we cannot remember the contact number. We can only remember the contact name. The same things, the same way the DNS server is acting. We want to access internet, we need the IP address of the particular server. But we cannot remember the IP address. This is a number. We cannot remember the IP address. Only we can remember the domain name like facebook.com. So the DNS server is same like a phone book. It will automatically store the domain name like facebook.com, google.coms and the relevant IP address for the particular domain name. For example, facebook.com, it may be 172.1.1.7. It may be, for example. So this is a number. We cannot remember it. So if you want to access the Facebook, so you will type only the Facebook www.facebook.com. So when you type the www.facebook.com, your device first approach the DNS server and get help from the DNS server. So it will get the IP address from the DNS server. So when the IP address is provided by the DNS server, with the help of the IP address, your mobile now directly accessing the Facebook server and getting the service. So this is the brief how a DNS server is working. So now see, if the DNS server is providing the IP address very slowly, okay, it takes more times, then your internet connections also will be very slow. So that is what we are going to change the DNS server. For example, normally how to change, when you change there are many free secure DNS service providers are available. So you can go and search in the internet. For example, Google DNS server is there and 1.1.1.1 server is there. So one of the best server is and very quick and speed server DNS server is 1.1.1 server. So how to change your DNS server? So now go to the Wi-Fi setting. So when you long press your Wi-Fi, you can get the Wi-Fi settings, and you can, if you click it more, at the bottom you can see there is IP setting. So the IP setting you can see that is DHCP. It is in DHCP. DHCP is nothing but your service provider, whether it is Dialog or Mobitel or whatever the Airtel or whatever the service provider you are belongs to, they will provide the DNS server. They will provide the IP address automatically. You are not bothering about the IP address. So now I'm going to change it. Okay, just click it and change into static. So if you click to static, you can see the IP address and gateway. So you are not changing this one, but only change the DNS server. I have already changed these ones. That's what it is. It's like 1.1.1.1. So if it is different, your IP address, DNS server IP address will be different. So now change it to 1.1.1.1. Again DNS server 2 also 1.0.0.1. And you can serve it. So after some time, it takes some time and to load. Okay, now you can see your Wi-Fi is again connected. So now you can feel your internet connections more speed than ever before. So simply you can go to the google.com. Okay, again google.com again. Okay. What is the weather today in Sri Lanka? So now if you search it, you can see it is it is now somehow very much speed than before, ever before. Okay, so this is one of the advantages. It is speed. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can comment below.